So here's the previous part. You made this Carton facade, at least the artwork, in one section. So it's trying to have the putting all the works together so you can use them in perspective to distort it. When you take a look on the right-hand column for more information, it gives you the information for creating this layer. So if you go to the top piece, you can create a new layer and hit Command-Shift-E, and it puts a selection. You can't see it because there's a difference of everything combined onto one layer. So just kind of hide that section there. And that gives you the first part. The part that's going to be on the side is just the headline that's right here. So trying to hide some of the layers, you have auto select, so you can easily select on the person and just kind of hide these layers here, so you can just get part of it right from that selection. And you can do the same function. Just click on the layer below it, get a new one, and do Command-Option-Shift-E, and it'll make another selection. So the easiest way to do it is to take the selection tool. I'll put a blank layer behind this and fill it white so you can see there's a white page that has this section on it. Just take the selection tool, marquee selection, and grab that top part and just go to layer and cut it right out of there. This part you don't need, so now you just see they have this headline right here. So just going to rotate it and shift key it down here. Hit OK. Actually, before you do that, just going to go to Image Canvas Size and increase this so you have a little bit more space to work with. So now you have this section right here. So you can kind of see this part right to that piece. This is the actual box package right here, so you can kind of see the difference to it. So once you have the carton separated in different sections, it's just a matter of distorting it using the perspective. So selecting this layer, you can actually use the keystrokes, just using the same 3 keystrokes to bend that down, and then I can contain this way so it kind of fits right on the edge of that box already and sets it right there. So kind of finding that piece, and do the same with the other side. So free transform this one, select that one, free transform it, Command-Option-Shift, and you can create the perspective a little bit more from that direction. Hit OK. And then it says, as showing the light and dark side of this, three-dimensional thin borders placed right on the top to show it looks like the cardboard has a thickness to it. So let's see about that. Just drop this down just a little bit so you can see that part. And this is just using a brush and setting it to white, and give yourself a layer above it. Use the brush, just creating this with the shift key held down, creates that thickness for the cardboard to look as it's there, and you can make it a little bit smaller. But it shows the bending of that cardboard. So it's 64, you can take it back, and you can always erase it with the eraser tool. Make it a little bigger. Change the opacity a bit. And you can kind of taper it off a little bit like that. So that gives you the 2 sides there. This part that has the reflection side, so I'm going to select this one, and you can go into this one. You can darken this part of it, or you can just use the dodge and burn tool on it. So taking the burn tool, selecting it there, and just darkening that edge. Go to the midtones, make the brush a little smaller. You can darken that side of it. And then just a matter of trying to make the reflection, so you're duplicating the layer. And just go to Edit, Transform, Flip Vertically. And you now have this reflection. Just hold the Shift key down. And you can grab it right from here with the 3 keys. You can skew it that way. Just hold the 1 key and it'll drop it right up into position. Click OK. Change the opacity of this one. And then put a layer mask on it. And use the foreground to background color. Let's see if we can do that. Here's the gradient. Here's the coloring. Click on the foreground in the gradient editor. Scroll down a little bit and hold the shift key to make that, but flip this a little bit. And that gives you the kind of the faded background. So here's the left-hand column. Just go to Edit, Transform, flip it vertical. Turn this off so you can drag it down. Shift key to hold it down. Hold the Command key to grab this part. Hit OK. Same. Click on this layer. This was at 48. This was going to be at 48. And then you can just take this layer mask option to duplicate it and copy it right down below it. So that'll give you the part that shows that it's kind of separated in there. So here you have the reflections, placing that on there. And then the background final piece is just kind of creating this background for the effect. So just go down to this layer, give yourself a new layer. And fill it black. You can kind of see the reflection building in there. Get a layer above it to make the blue gradient. Give it the horizon line. And then just check your color here. For that. And there you go. So you kind of have this piece set up. Turn that off. That gives you the color there. The other part is to take this section. This pill was made in 3D. Just copy it, bring it right in, paste it in as pixels. Click OK. Just shrink it down to fit. OK for that. And then just do the same thing. Duplicate one. It's going to be the gradient, 48%. You can do the same with this. Drag this right up on top of there.